Welcome to Forensic Friday,
where we examine the intersection of true crime, psychology, and the heart of being human in the middle of it all. So now I have a little tiny Koberger thing
Oh boy.
that I want your take on. Because all the stuff's coming out. Have you been seeing all the things that are coming out?
Yes. Yeah. Some of it's not that new, and people are like, "This is new." I'm like, "No, we knew this."
Anything for a like or a whatever.
I know.
What is it with TikTok? It's not a like. It is a like. Or a share or whatever.
I think it's a like.
A like. Great. But
Or follow.
I'm with you. A lot of it we know.
Yeah.
Some of it, I think they're like trying to unblur crime scene photos, which is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, leave it alone.
Yeah. It's blurred for a reason.
The public is allowed to have some information. That's fine. I understand that. But if the family's wishes are that the autopsy results are not released, which they asked in full, and if they ask that the crime scene photos not be released, like the bodies
Right.
and some of that I just think that should be respected. And
it's not being
weird. People are trying to get in there. They don't have them yet, but the Goncalves family is really concerned that they will end up having all of that released, and then people will dissect it online, which is what they're doing right now. But Koberger, this is the part that I just read, was incessantly communicating with his family, particularly his mom. It's his mom, dad, and sister that he called and called and called and called. This was consistent for him. It's not like it just happened after the murders, but he murdered them at 4 a.m. 6 a.m. He was calling, like super incessantly calling his family. And
weird.
texting, calling, and he really didn't have many connections outside of his family. Well, his mom in particular, I guess there's some stuff that probably is going to come out about their relationship. But what I read, and this is allegedly, I have not actually been able to super verify this.
Okay.
But it was from a news site. It was not just junk online.
Right.
He had her as mother in his phone and refers to her as mother and talks to her incessantly.
Weird.
I thought you would enjoy that.
Why do you think that is?
It's giving what's his bucket, Norman Bates in what's the movie? Psycho. Where he's like, have you ever seen that? The classic?
I don't know.
Classic slasher flick.
Okay.
Classic. Like an OG Hitchcock.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like obsessed with his mom. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
Creepy.
We know someone. We're going to be drawing on several shared experiences, and we're going to talk in code, but you're going to know what I'm talking about.
I call my mom mother sometimes, but not incessantly.
Well, no, and also
only when she's like on my ass about something. I'm like, I get it, mother. That's what I say.
It's certainly not a term of endearment.
Right.
Which is how he uses it. Like, okay, mother. Did you ever watch Sex and the City?
Yeah.
Remember when Charlotte married Trey, the Scottish guy?
Sure.
Okay, he was like way enmeshed with his mom. He took baths and his mom would walk in. Weird stuff. Really weird stuff. It's giving a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Got that in
super weird.
Yeah. So we actually know someone mutually. You've only met this person maybe twice, but it is a male who calls his mom mother. So there's that. I'm sensing a trend. If you're a man and you call your mom mother, I just want you to consider why. Is there anything else we could call her?
Is this a client?
Like mom? No. It's
message me.
I'll tell you, Garrett, bleep it out.
Oh, gross.
Mother's in
But isn't he super mean to her?
Mother this, mother that. Oh yeah. But if you call mother, believe me, he's not listening to this, probably.
No.
But
also, even if he did, he wouldn't know we're talking about him.
Oh, that's right, because there's also other issues.
We're taking out his name too.
With understanding things in general.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's hard for some people. Anyway,
Moving on.
moving on. So here's what we're going to talk about. And you don't know this one, but we have a shared experience with this as well. And we're going to have to talk in code again, but
Okay.
you'll get it. And we'll do our best to let the listeners in on our little experience.
Okay.
Deal?
Okay.
Okay. Have you heard of the T dating advice app?
No.
Okay. I hadn't either. So the founder, Sean Cook,
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's Cook. I can't read my handwriting. I think it's Sean Cook. I'm such a disaster.
Oh my God.
Took a 6-month coding boot camp.
Okay.
Okay. Built an app and really wanted it to help women date safely. So that's literally like their tagline is helping women date safe.
And it's called what?
Tea, it's tea like a mug of tea.
Okay.
And that's
Like-
what the icon
Like
is.
consent tea. I'm just
Like
kidding.
consentee, although
Yep.
I don't think any of these people gave consent. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute.
Oh, okay.
So teen tea dating advice app.
Okay.
Icon's a little mug.
Okay.
The thing shot up the ratings in the Apple, like the App Store.
Right.
I don't know exactly how long it took, but not long. Like maybe, I don't know, a few months. Shot up to 110,900 ratings with an
Jeez.
average of 4.6 stars.
Wow.
So with this app, here's what people could do. Subscribers could conduct background and criminal records checks, do reverse image searches, both of those things you can do by yourself, by the way, and communicate anonymously about men.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Okay.
this is a little bit similar, kind of similar to the Are We Dating the Same Guy pages
Right.
on Facebook.
Right.
Right. Here's where this gets interesting. So you have all these people subscribing, all these women, they're communicating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is going to piss off an awful lot of men. And some of them rightfully so, which we'll get into.
Sure.
So there was a massive data hack on July 25th, and all of this information got leaked.
Oh, I did hear about this.
Including locations, government IDs, selfies these women took. And at some point, and this is the part that's really interesting to Garrett. I was just talking to him in the hallway. I'm like, how did this happen? He goes, oh, it's a whole thing. But basically, the data that they accessed was before they made kind of a security fix at one point. So it's the early subscribers who went in and literally had to use like government IDs and that kind of stuff. That they're the ones whose
Oh no.
got hacked. At the time of the hack, there were 6.2 million users, and 2 class action lawsuits have been filed in California in response to the breach.
Oh no.
One other thing I want to throw in here, and then we're going to discuss.
Okay.
During the Me Too movement,
Mm-hmm.
did you ever hear about the Whisper networks?
No.
So the Whisper networks, I actually read an amazing mystery. I'll have you posted on socials. I'll have to find it.
Okay.
I read a like fiction about this that was really interesting. But the Whisper networks were these like Google Docs, Excel spreadsheets that were anonymous that got shared in corporate America, and women were putting their experiences with different men.
Interesting.
So it was sort of the original Are We Dating the Same Guy, but the context was corporate
Right.
during Me Too.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So a couple of things I want to discuss with you. First of all, what are you thinking?
Well, I want to know, like, I don't know. I want to know who got busted.
Well, where all of the wonderful men in the internet live on 4chan, etc. Those are the people who did the hack.
4chan. I don't know what 4chan is. You're more in the internet world than I am.
I know as much as Gare tells me, okay?
Okay.
Which is very little. But here's what I know from our
But it's more than what I know.
Here's what I know from our incel episode.
Okay.
There are some men who should not people with women. I'll say that.
You're not wrong.
They frequent 4chan and
Yeah.
other networks online where they get together and they do heinous things. Okay.
Okay.
So the people who hacked, right, were posting like, I mean, it was bad stuff,
Yeah.
right? Which you would expect.
Right.
Now, what Garrett said that was funny, basically, women who were doxing men, which is basically like blowing these men up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Posting photos without consent, then had their photos posted without consent by men.
Oh no.
I mean, it is literally a loop. It's like a never-ending cycle of bullshit.
Right. It's
This
like you
whole
did
thing.
this, I'm gonna do this, right?
Exactly. So here's where this gets interesting. You and I work with men.
Mm-hmm.
We care about men. We believe in
Mhm.
men being able to change and
Mhm.
rebuild and all of that. I believe the same thing for women. We work
Yeah.
with females as well. There's tremendous risk in all of this kind of stuff of defamation, having your character ruined online, having your children see
Yeah. See
crap
this stuff.
someday.
Yeah.
It's awful
Yeah.
and it never goes anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Also, strangely, you and I've had a couple of experiences where this has been a little bit beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
In theory, we do need women to be safer. We already know. I just read an article that 60% of the women murdered on a yearly basis is intimate partner femicide. So I
Right.
mean, it's just awful. Like,
Yeah.
we need to pay attention to all of these things.
Yeah.
I don't know what the right forum is, but I will say we had an experience with someone, and I'm not going to say how we knew them, but we knew them to be predatory with people that we care about.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly who you're talking about.
I know. We ended up getting involved a little bit because we're us.
I said the thing.
You said the thing. You said you were not wrong. Nat doesn't miss, y'all. She just
Mm-mm.
doesn't miss.
I said the thing.
You know, you don't miss.
I
And
met you
then,
once, and I can probably tell what's gonna go down.
this is literally us. You don't miss, and I don't hesitate.
Yeah.
That's really who we are.
Yep.
Like, if you alert me that something, and I'll pick up on it too, but you are real good. Like, upon first contact, you're like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know about this.
Yep.
I won't hesitate. I'm like, I know my girl. I don't like you either.
No.
Pounds in. You know, it's that simple, right?
Yep.
It's probably exhausting for some of the people who love us, and I also don't know that I care.
It's
Because
fine.
in this particular instance, here's what I will say. Nat alerted me to some concerns potentially with this human that we
Mm-hmm.
knew. I took it real serious,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then, in the course of kind of digesting things that we had heard from people we really care about,
Mm-hmm.
it comes to light that
I was right.
not only were you right in a big way, and
Mhm.
also I didn't hesitate, and I'm glad,
Mm-hmm.
but there's really some data, I would say, out there about this human that I think is probably terribly accurate
Mm-hmm.
and was validating as we were
Mm-hmm.
supporting some people. That's what I would say.
Yep. Yep.
Fair?
Yeah. Very fair.
So in that instance, this was actually beneficial, and it
Mhm.
alerted me to the presence of these sites.
Yep.
So what were some of the things, Nat, when we were looking at these sites? What did you see and what were you thinking as you were seeing it?
Well, I low key like wish I could join, but I know I can't.
No, oh no. But it would be
Um,
useful, especially with what we do.
I know, but
Mm-hmm.
I low key wanted to join these sites. They're not like provocative, guys. Don't think anything weird, but
No.
it's just like information for women.
Yes.
And yeah, I feel like what I learned is that there's a lot of things that happen behind
Mhm.
closed doors and a lot of things that are said that oftentimes people don't think will get out to the people who shouldn't see it, but it does,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
So back in the day, this is like less of a big thing now, but back in the day when Facebook was a new thing,
Mm-hmm.
people were always scared to post a lot of crazy stuff because if you were trying to get a job or whatever, employers would oftentimes go and try to look up your Facebook and see kind of things you're into. And so people were more mindful back then of what they posted.
Yeah.
I think since people are a lot more relaxed. So it's interesting with some of these sites because I mean, they're kind of under a little bit of a lockdown, but it doesn't take a lot for like other women to get access, right? And so we found out some stuff that again, verified, validated what we thought.
Well, and I will say a lot of the information, okay, I'm sure there's a lot of defamation stuff happening. Also, though, I was seeing legitimate stuff in there, like, let's say
Yes.
John, for example. That's just a random name.
Yeah.
John in XYZ city, have you been dating this person too?
Right.
Because I just have a weird vibe. And then there's 6 women on there who have all been circulating with this man. And
And
not,
they're like, yeah, he did this and this.
well, and
Like sharing receipts. It's not just about
yes.
he said, she said. It's like these receipts of texts or messages or whatever.
Well, and one of the things we talked about in a recent episode was, what do you do when an ex reaches out to you?
Mm-hmm.
If they get your information and they reach out to you and they say, hey, he was XYZ to me, are they
Mm-hmm.
just spiteful, hateful, or is there maybe something there? And you and I said, I would always pay attention to that because
Mm-hmm.
I just would, period. I would always pay attention to that. Well, these sites sort of give people a layer of protection to do that. And I know people who've ended up testifying in DV cases where
Yeah.
this person's behavior continued to escalate as it does. And that information was really pivotal and critical to having this person held responsible and getting treatment. So
Yeah.
there is a part of me that's like, there may be a place for this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can just make shit up. Somebody could put my picture on there tomorrow and be like,
Right.
she's, banging half of Aurora. And
Oh
everybody's
my
like,
God.
oh my God, and it's like, nah, I mean, you can make up whatever you want. Now I could sue that person and
Mm-hmm.
I'd be set for life, right? I mean, I can protect myself to the degree that I'm able,
Right.
but with free speech laws too, like it's just messy. It's super
It is.
messy.
Yeah.
And so do you think that the pros of sites like these outweigh the cons? Because to me, the pros are pretty significant, but the cons could be too.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a really good question. Well, here's the thing. I think personally, I think there's a lot more pros because it can help keep women safe. It can give people a heads up of, if someone's a little bit of a butthead.
Yes.
And yeah. So, I mean, I think in that regard, I think it's a good thing. But here's the thing. I think those things turn bad when we make it something it shouldn't be.
Yes.
Right. So like if I'm using it to go bash someone because they just like broke up with me, right? Then that says more about me than that person.
How would you know the difference? Because our clients come in with 8,000 versions of the same thing and we get it. Oh my gosh, it changes and changes and changes and changes. And then we settle somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But how would we even know? Number one, you have perception differences, which is huge. But then people also just make stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of with
or they
you,
just
like for the
react.
women, I would hope
Yeah.
the intention would be to keep ourselves safe. And there were people handling it pretty appropriately in the one that I saw. But there's
Yeah.
a million of them and they're run typically by moderators who do whatever they're going to do.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. So I think, there's a shadow side, I think, to everything, and that would be the shadow side to this.
Well, and to the men, these 4chan men who, whatever. There were people who posted maps, literal maps of where these women lived and stuff like that. Okay.
Right.
My issue with this is at the end of the day, there's a massive disparity between women killing men and men killing women.
Right.
And I've always joked about like, okay, give every woman in America a firearm and we've solved 8 or 9 of our top 10 problems. So
right. Right.
it just is. I'm not saying we do that. I love men. I'm just saying statistically, it is what it is. And so when these men retaliated, they retaliated in a truly violent way, which
Yeah.
is unfortunately what I would expect.
Yeah. Yeah.
The women on the app were absolutely probably getting into some defamation territory, but they were
Sure.
not posting maps. They weren't saying to kill people. They weren't whatever.
Hmm.
Swung over to the other side, it got nuts. And so I don't know. I mean, I still think women have limited resources to keep themselves safe. The
Yeah.
way things are set up currently. And so I'm kind of
Yeah.
with you. I think, you know what, we need the resources that we need.
Yeah.
I would hope that somebody wouldn't defame you intentionally. And if they did,
Right.
sue them, but like,
Yeah.
I think that women are trying to find ways to be safe in the age of online dating and everything else. So
Mhm.
you do you, boo.
I
So let us
agree.
know. I really want to know what y'all think about this. So let us know. Maybe Nat will put up a poll question or something. I'm really
Yeah.
curious what your experiences have been with this. And what do you think? Pro, con, where do you sit
Hmm.
with it? Because
Hmm.
I'm still mulling it over. I will say that.
I know it's hard. It is hard. The defamation piece, there's a fine line, but like I said, if you use it for what it's intended, that would probably happen less,
Yeah.
right? But people abuse systems all the time.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem.
And I think kind of final note for tonight is don't call your mom mother. It's either
Yeah.
passive aggressive or weird.
Weird.
I don't really know any other. Can you think of any other reason?
No, I use it in a passive aggressive way.
100%. Don't I get that? Don't like mother. That makes total
When
sense.
she's like, Natalie, I'm like, what, mother?
What mother? Mother. I don't know
What?
if I called Tina mother, I don't know what she would do. It wouldn't go well.
It wouldn't go well.
It would not go well. She would be
No.
like, daughter.
You're like, oh no. Why did I start?
No, Tina and I, we're on the level. We're besties. It's all good.
Hmm.
Well, thanks for chatting this one out with me because I've been noodling on it for a couple days. And I was like, I gotta run this by Nat. And
I
our
know. No, it's a good one. It's interesting. I never thought of the shadow side of those sites, but that is fascinating to think about.
well, I'm a woman. I'm like, yes, bring the pitchforks. I'm in, and then it's like,
I-
wait a minute. What if somebody put something about Gare? Then I would have a different opinion.
Right. Well, or if it's like, here's, my other encouragement is women, like, if you're going to use those sites, use them for good and not evil.
Well, yeah.
Like
Make
if someone
sure you're
just breaks
safe.
up with you because you're not a good fit,
Yeah.
don't go shame them. That's probably healthy.
Well, and if you're going to get on in those spaces, you have to know there's going to be a kickback from the dark sides of the internet. And for some
Yeah.
of these poor women who may have even had really good intentions,
Yeah.
right? And you can get background checks on go to your state Bureau of Investigation. You
Cost
can go to
$8.
you can go on TruthFinder, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can do reverse image searches on any image you want. You don't need a site to do that for you.
Yeah.
You know?
No. Yep. Get your resources.
Well, be safe, you guys, and we will see you next time.
As always.
Bye, forensic friends. I'm Janine.
And I'm Nat.
And as always, thanks for listening and join us next week for more crime, psychology, and heart.